Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Magical Witchy World TV. I am Star Ravenhawk.
And I am Rhonda Allen. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, yes, and we are happy to be back here tonight. And now on with the show.
On with the show.
Hello, Marissa. Welcome, Marisa Moeller, to the show tonight. It's so glad to have you here with us tonight.
Oh, thank you for having me, Star.
Thank
Absolutely,
you for
absolutely.
joining us. Thank you so much for making the time to be with
Oh,
us
thank
tonight.
thank you very much.
So, what we like to do with every show is to introduce you to all of our guests, all of our attendees or people who are watching. And so I'd like to read through your bio so that everyone can get to know you a little better first.
Sure.
Dr. Marisa Moeller is the host of the show Radiant Living, Inspiring Humanity to Thrive. She is a recognized and respected professional in the fields of health, wellness, and spirituality. She offers an amalgamation of traditional therapeutic modalities with innovative and avant garde holistic techniques. With over 30 years of experience, she provides transformational health, wellness, and spiritual support to a wide array of clientele. Her approach to healing, firmly anchored in the principles of empathy and inclusivity, integrates ex- creative and expressive arts therapies, mindfulness activities, coaching, traditional Eastern holistic practices, as well as nature and goddess spirituality practices. Emphasizing personalized healing journeys, Marissa fosters trust and collaboration, customizing sessions to meet client needs while providing constructive feedback, insightful strategies, and practical tools. So,
All right.
thank you again so much for joining us tonight.
Yes,
That is
yes,
Thank you.
quite,
Thank you for that great introduction. Thank you.
no, absolutely. It
yes,
needs to be said, is what I'm saying. You
yes,
have
yes,
quite,
yes.
quite a lot that you offer, and thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And I was just on her show, or whether it was a couple weeks ago, which was
Yes,
really
yes.
nice. It was great to be there. So,
Excellent.
and I know it's going to be broadcasting or airing soon, so I
Yes.
can't wait. All right, so let's begin with our Q&A with Marissa. And one of the first questions we always ask people is because we know, at our ages or whatever it is, not claiming any particular age, we kind of go through different phases and stages in our life of what we call ourselves.
Mhm,
And I don't mean necessarily like a priestess title or reverend title or whatever, but
mhm.
I mean the titles that we kind of bring into ourselves and our spirituality, what it was, whether you're Wiccan, witch, druid, whatever it is in that particular regard. So we kind of wanted to kind of get an idea of that arc that you took and where you are right now with it and what do you call yourself.
Well, it was a long journey. Um, I really, honestly, I think it was about 11 or 12 when I found the book Transcendental Meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And I read it cover to cover. I found it fascinating. I found it fabulous. And then from there,
that's
but I
huge.
always had um, an interest in religions, comparative religion, theology, um, doctrine. So I always studied that,
Mm,
and then with the book Transcendental Meditation, I started to look into other avenues. But I always felt, of course, close in nature, and I loved being in nature. So that I
yeah.
wanted to incorporate, and I call myself a practitioner.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a
There you go. There
practitioner.
you
I'm
go.
not any right. I believe in every type of belief system. In fact, I find it fascinating. So I
Okay.
like to study different belief systems, and I feel that everybody should have their own belief system, and there's nothing wrong with
Absolutely.
Right on.
Yeah,
Right
that's
on.
exactly why we formed the show to let people know that we're all many, but we're all also very individually unique in how we practice or
Yes.
what we do, kind of a thing, and how we view things.
that. Hmm.
All right,
Yes.
Rhonda.
So, so I loved reading your bio and the breadth of the work that you do and practice currently. But tell us a little bit about what brought you to this. And you did mention the book that you found, Transcendental Meditation. But
Yes.
tell us about that journey. So really
Well,
going back and
that's a personal journey, of course, a
yeah.
personal journey of what I believe and how I practice. But what I do for a living really came about in the most unusual way, because what I do for a living is something that I fell into and then later
Huh.
went back to school to get the proper degrees, the proper licenses, and the proper credentials. I was
Yeah.
on my way to law school. I had no
Huh.
way, shape, or form thought about helping individuals from a therapeutic standpoint. And that was a friend of mine that got me a job with children that had been abused and neglected. And from that point on, I knew that this is what I wanted to do,
Wow.
to
Awesome.
make sure that every child understands that he or she is worth everything and that they
Yes.
are important and that they mean something on the planet. So that's how my career started. But
Right.
I always had that spiritual side because I believe that it
Yeah.
has to be body, mind, and spirit as we
Right.
go along on this planet.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Fabulous.
Kind of that one kind of blends into this a bit because you mentioned that what you call yourself is a practitioner. And I like
Mm-hmm.
that because that encompasses a lot of things. So from your point of view, what does it mean to be that practitioner?
Um, I I don't necessarily, and I mean, I know a lot of people in the community, and I've known for a long time, and not that I have anything against it. I just believe that it doesn't necessarily have to have tools and statues to have some
Mm-hmm.
sort of um, feeling on a
Right.
regular basis of being connected to
Right.
whatever you want to call it. You could call it source, spirit, uh, the one, you could call it God, but whatever it is that you connect with, I don't feel that you actually need to have statues in front of you now. And there's nothing wrong with having that. Many
No,
people,
no, no, because
and,
that's what I
Right.
mean, right?
many people in
Not
many practices.
anybody's, sorry, not anybody's had other point of view, just yours. And that's
Yeah.
fine. And that's what we wanted
So
to do.
for me, I think that it's natural. Whatever it is. I mean, I want to call it source or the one, or the originator. It doesn't have human characteristics. So I don't want to say
Mm.
it's a he, it's a she. It has to be something that's beyond that definition. And so I don't feel that I
Right.
need statues. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't feel that I need them. And not that one of my favorite books was from Raymond Buckland. I read it when I was very young.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
yes, very young, CX Wicca. In fact, I met him
Mm.
1995.
Oh,
Many,
wow.
yes, it just happened. It was
Yeah.
as a fluke. He was attending a convention, and
Huh.
I had read his book before that, and I really enjoyed it. And I know that it was an offshoot of either Gardnerian or Alexandrian. I believe he was a Gardnerian
Mm-hmm.
Wicca, and
Mm-hmm.
then he created the CX Wicca. So and that's fine. I know a lot of people who that's how they choose to worship or they choose to spend their time with the divine.
Mhm.
I
Right.
don't necessarily use anything in front of me.
Right. Right. That's good. That's good. Thank you.
Excellent. That's really interesting. So tell us about how your spirituality, your practice as a practitioner, how is this a part of your personal life? I mean, we understand the service because you do offer a great deal to your clients, a great deal. But tell
Mhm.
us about your practice, your personal. How does it fit into the how your day to day life goes?
Well, I think it has to be foremost. It has to be there because how would you, if you don't have that viewpoint, how are you going to be kind to other people? How are you going to
Right.
consider other people? How are you going to understand that other people are your equals? That you're no better or worse than them, that you are not above them. That's, you have to have that practice with you each and every day. Otherwise, how could you
Yes.
live on this planet and make any
Right.
contribution?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great point.
Right. Right.
And especially in today's political climate, we hear people claiming many titles of different types. And you're sitting there going, I don't think
Oof.
that's what your Bible said or what your different things said. But you're not practicing it very nicely to people, one with the other. It's like they've lost
Right.
something
Right.
with that somewhere along the way, just getting into the title so much that they're forgetting what it was all about
Yeah.
initially. You
Well, I
know,
mean, something like that when you're saying that, it's awful funny. I mean, I believe that you're supposed to be studying all types of belief systems. And
right?
for those that follow the
Yeah, yeah,
traditional Bible, the Christian Bible, I mean, if you really follow that and it says that, you know, you, everyone, we're made in the image of this creator, that should be foremost. That should be the sentence
yeah,
out of that book, that everybody understands that we are all equal and we've all
yeah,
been made.
Right.
We are parts of a whole. We are raised from the
Um,
sun.
yeah. See, well, we know that they don't
yes,
think like that. We
Of
hear it
course,
every day. They
of
do not
course.
think like that. They think that they do, but they do not. But anyways,
yeah.
so it
Well
kind of
said.
segues great to this. So tell us about what's important to you right now.
Well, important to me now is that um, we raise the vibration on the planet. We've had some, well, my personal opinion is that we were going in the right direction, and then somehow something happened. And
Yeah.
I believe it was fear that took over.
Mhm.
Right.
And so fear makes people do a lot of terrible things, and I think that that's what happened. And so even
Yeah.
though I thought that the trajectory was forward and up, I
Yeah,
noticed that
Yeah.
the
It took
last few
it took a
years it's been,
nosedive.
yeah, the
It took
last
a
few years it's
nosedive.
been awfully terrible.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
my wish, my intention for the planet is that we raise the vibration, and we all that we all live in peace. There's no reason we shouldn't. There,
Yeah.
right.
there
Yeah.
is no,
You're
there is
absolutely
no
right.
scarcity. There is no necessity for scarcity. There is no need for hate.
Or the fear,
Right.
and
Yes.
and unfortunately people peddle the fear to
Well,
keep the hate and everything else going. They peddle that fear and they keep going
Yes,
with it. And
well, that's a great controller.
yeah, oh yes, yes, yes,
absolutely,
it actually, you know
absolutely.
what, I remember watching a movie with Denzel Washington called The Book of Eli.
Hmm.
Mm,
And
yeah, I
that
remember
is
that
a
one.
most interesting movie to watch, because it's like watching it play out today, but
Hmm.
that was more of an apocalyptic version of it.
Yes,
and and the Bible was sought by the protagonist to be able, he said, if I can just get a hold of the Bible, it was always used as a tool to control the masses. I can't wait to get it because I will be able to use it for that.
Hmm.
And
see,
the movie, it's intriguing, it really is, and it's a lot more, it's bigger than what the movie
Right.
kind of entailed, so it's something people should watch.
right.
Anyways.
Well, that this is a really important point you made about, what's important to you is that the idea, the work of
Yeah,
helping
yeah,
us to raise that vibration,
right,
because
right.
we do seem to be operating out of that place of fear right now. Very
Yeah, yeah.
responsive, very
Reactive,
yes,
yeah.
reactive,
Hmm.
exactly. So tell us a bit more about, because you do offer such fabulous
Vast, yeah.
services to your and vast services to your clients. Tell us about the work you're doing in community right now. What perhaps is the stuff, what are you working on community wise?
Well, well, I mean, I often speak in public, and in fact, recently I did an event where I did a workshop. I like to use a lot of the creative arts
Mm-hmm.
because I find that that is um, visceral.
Yes.
It's very powerful, and people can express themselves in a way that they perhaps can't express with words, and they have every
Yes.
right to and they have every right to do that. And so I
Yeah.
like to offer that in community. There was a time where we could not do it in person because of the pandemic, but now we're getting back there. So I like to
Yeah.
offer that to those that want to come. That
That's
that seems to
beautiful.
be the biggest thing, and because it's art, they're not as fearful to try things.
Right,
Right.
right.
So you're making it very,
Mhm.
people, it's easy, I shouldn't say easy, but they feel welcomed, it's approachable, they can join in.
Mhm.
And I think you're right. People do want to feel engaged. They want
Mhm.
to be close to other people at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not
Well
just
said.
that, it's something else to that, and part with the artistic license that you give them to just
That's right.
be,
Right. To just be.
Right.
and that's pretty cool. Yes. All right. So, what would you like to see us as, maybe as a community, accomplish?
Well, I think what you're doing, first of all, is wonderful because the word has to get out there, right? I
Mhm.
say this all the time, even on my show: the fear, the hate, the bigotry, the prejudice, that seems to always find its way out. That
Yes.
seems to
Mm-hmm.
be shouting from the rooftops
Yeah.
Yeah.
those statements.
That's
So I believe we have to counter it, and now's the time to counter it. And again, because
Mm-hmm.
there's no scarcity, there shouldn't be fear. There really should only be love and peace, and that's it. And that's how we should be living
Right.
on the entire planet.
right. But yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Well said. The other stuff is so toxic. Um, so with all the things that you have going on, tell us what projects do you have coming up, or what are you perhaps thinking about launching?
Well, actually, I have a couple of summits that I'm doing that are coming up, and I was just asked
Oh,
yesterday to be involved with
okay.
another one. So yes, yeah. So a few summits that are coming
Fabulous.
up. They're going to be online, and then and I always and I actually travel to people. So I've done sometimes communities will ask me to come, and I bring
Yes.
my wares with me, and I will bring things to them to do. Sometimes they'll have a group and they'll meet in a school, or they'll meet at some sort of
Right.
religious center, and
Right,
they'll ask me
right,
to come.
right,
So I do that as well,
right,
to
right.
offer those services.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really great. That you mentioned the events that you have coming up too. Do you know some of the names of some of the summits or what they're about?
Well, one of them is going to be I believe it's going to be in May, and it's on the power of money.
Okay.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking
Mm-hmm.
about it from the the right to feel worthy enough to have money, because
Yes,
many
Excellent.
that's a
people,
big part of
especially,
it. That's a big
yes,
part
and
of
Yes.
many, especially women, always
Yes.
feel inferior and feel that they don't deserve it. And so that's
Yes.
the other people will be speaking about other things, but that's where I'm coming from with the
it. With it, right?
conversation. It will be
Awesome.
that you have the right.
Right.
Mm.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome.
That is a huge thing, and if we don't feel we're worthy or that we have the right, we're likely blocking the
Mhm.
manifestation of it, right?
Right.
So
Yep,
that is
absolutely.
huge.
That's what we
That
do
is
without realizing.
exactly, exactly.
Right. Because when you feel
So
less than, you feel that you're not worthy of what the going rate is for whatever.
Yes,
right.
And
yes.
that's so wrong.
You have to claim it. You have to claim it
That's
and
so
hold on
wrong.
to it. It's simple.
Absolutely.
Yep,
You
absolutely.
that's
Okay.
the right word.
Mhm.
That's the right word. You have to claim it.
Mhm.
All
Well
right.
said. So I just want to ask, because we haven't scrolled anything, but where can people locate you? Where can people find you? What is your website or
Well, I'm on all
Insta?
social media, almost all social media platforms. And if you
Excellent.
go under my name, Marisa Moeller, I mean, you could find me pretty much on every platform. Um,
Perfect.
but yeah, the website is just the letter U, recreate.com.
Okay. You
You
Right,
recreate
recreate.com.
recreate.com.
dot
Okay.
com.
Awesome.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Oh my gosh. So I'm excited to see more and to learn more, because I love the idea of offering people an opportunity to get together to do something, as you said, a little bit more visceral. Working with the arts, getting their hands in there. That is fabulous work.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight
Yes,
and
Well,
for
yes.
thank you
being
both
here
for
on the
having me.
show. Oh,
Yeah.
no, absolutely, absolutely.
And maybe we might
And
try to get you out there for Witches Fest too. You never know. In July.
Yes. Well, this year I have
exactly.
intentions of coming.
Oh,
I'm down to
awesome.
the
Yay.
city.
We will
Yes.
talk. We will talk.
Fabulous.
Wonderful.
Then I will
All
see
right.
you there. I will meet you.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much again. And now a word
Yes.
from our sponsors.
All right, everyone. It's time for horoscope time or astrology. Okay. So for May, the May horoscope of 2024, this will be the most romantic and hopeful month of 2024. You have a few things that you have to keep a track on. And Jupiter Chasma that's coming in Taurus, and on May 18th, you've got the Mars conjuncting the North Node in Aries on May 19th, and you've got Venus conjunct Jupiter in Taurus on May 23rd, Jupiter entering Gemini on May 25th, and Mars conjuncting Chiron in Aries on May 29th. Okay. And I'm going to
Wow.
give you a brief going down of it. And then we're going to go into your different astrology signs and how it will affect you in May. Sparks will be flying and new relationships are going to begin. Yay. After
Mm.
April's chaotic um, uh, combo of eclipse season and Mercury retrograde and May monthly horoscope coming up for the signs that you'll see, there will be a breath of fresh air coming through. And for the first time or the first few weeks of the month, Taurus season will help you slow down and get grounded. But there are still plenty of surprises in store with disruptive and revolutionary Uranus leading the way. Pluto retrograde will begin on May 2nd, heralding in a period of subtle subterranean processing, as well as marking the end of this year's final retrograde free streak of luck. Okay, so it's going to be retrograde free. On May 7th is a gorgeous new moon that will be coming in Taurus, and it will remind you that abundance. I see Marissa was just talking about that, right? Marisa Moeller.
Mhm.
Abundance is there for the taking, so long as you're willing to step up and tap on it. And what did we say? Claim it, right? So plant some seeds and take advantage of this fertile cosmic energy. The Taurus energy will
Mhm.
really reign supreme once logistical planet Mercury ingresses into this fixed Earth sign on May 15th. Embrace methodical ways of thinking and focus on making slow but steady progress towards your goals. The Taurus energy really comes to a climax on May 18th when the sun aligns with the lucky planet Jupiter to form a Jupiter chasm. This is a magical cosmic moment to think big,
Mm.
start something new, or take a leap of faith towards something that's been calling your name. And as romantic Venus joins forces with insightful and unpredictable Uranus on the same day, you'll be given an irresistible opportunity to fall in love with something or someone at first sight. Knowing
Aw.
me, it's something, another someone. That's just me.
Lord,
I know. I prefer the something to the
time will
someone.
tell.
Okay. And speaking of new beginnings, Gemini season starts on May 20th, setting our minds aflutter with curiosities and a sense of mental connection. It will be a wonderful time to catch up with friends and make the most of the spring coming up. On May 23rd, the full moon will be in Sagittarius, which pushes us to expand our horizons and set our sights on bigger and brighter things, while a Venus Jupiter conjunction causes sparks to fly in love and money. However, the most momentous cosmic event of the month comes on May 25th, when the planetary big shot, Jupiter, the big guy, leaves behind Taurus and enters Gemini. It's been more than 10 years since auspicious Jupiter last made its way through Gemini. And this ingress marks the start of a new cycle of opportunity and abundance for all of the zodiac signs. Just did you hear that? All. It didn't leave
Oh,
anybody out. Okay. So when we go through the signs, you guys are going to hear what it is for your sign. Okay. And we're only doing 4 of them at a time because we can only do so many
yes.
at a time. So we're collectively expanding our means of connection or connecting with the world around us, developing exciting new ideas, and embracing a greater sense of open mindedness. As
Mm.
we ride into the last astrological stretch of spring, we're truly ushering in a brand new era.
Yay, that is truly
All right, I cannot
exciting.
wait.
Yes. So let's begin the May 2024 monthly horoscope for each zodiac sign. All right. Of course, we're starting with your birth sign, Aries.
Aries.
So the information. start with an affirmation. Your monthly affirmation is my honesty attracts those who genuinely appreciate me. My honesty attracts those who genuinely appreciate me. So
Yep,
your
it
Aries,
does.
oh, yeah, your Aries 2024 for May 2024 is packed with action, especially since your ruling planet Mars is in your sign for the whole month, giving you the motivation and energy needed to slay your goals.
Right.
Taurus is a fantastic time to get a little more pragmatic about your finances and to start working towards your long-term savings goals, and the new moon on May 7th is the perfect time to jumpstart that process. So coming up close soon. You can make some major money moves mid-month as mental planet Mercury hits your resourceful second house on May 15th, and the Jupiter Kazimi lights up your finance goals with good luck and fortune a few days later. Abundance is yours for the taking. All right. If it
And
sounds
I'm
good,
claiming it.
yes, claim it. Once Gemini season begins on May 20th, your social life takes center stage and you'll be feeling ready to yap, gossip, and connect with people. All right. This busy bee energy feeling has you caught up in everything happening around you. But the full moon on May 23rd inspires you to look beyond the present moment and think bigger about your current trajectory. Having fun is good, but don't lose sight of the big picture. I don't see you losing sight of the big picture, but
No, that's
anyway.
not me.
Okay, right. Communication is about to get even more meaningful come May 25th as auspicious Jupiter is hitting your chatty third house, kicking off a year of big conversations and lots of new ideas. Lots of new ideas. People want to hear what you have to say, Aries, and it's time to start sharing what's on your mind.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. I like that. All right.
Yes.
So, Taurus, your monthly affirmation is love and abundance flows towards me with ease. Think about
Mm,
those words. Love and abundance flows towards me with ease. Okay. The sun is shining in your sign this month. So, your Taurus horoscope for May 2024 has some big magic in store for you. Your romantic ruling planet Venus is in your sign throughout, okay, the Taurus season, highlighting your natural charm and imbuing your presence with sweetness. So set a birthday intention on the Taurus new moon on May 7th, as the energy is super supportive of your new beginnings. Your wish is the universe's command. And I
mm, mm,
liked what
mm,
Marissa
mm,
said earlier about creating that amazing vibe, raising that vibe. Okay. So if the universe is at your command, let's raise those vibes. Some unexpected
mhm,
excitement and changes of heart could rock your world mid month as both the
mm,
sun and lover Venus connect with shock artist Uranus in your sign.
mm.
On May 15th, chatty Mercury hits your sign too, lighting up your mind with new ideas and bringing your social side to the service. One of the luckiest weeks of the year kicks off on May 18th with the Jupiter Casmi on your sign, or in your sign, sorry. Whatever opportunities have been opening up or expanding in your life can really be maximized right then. Okay. Alongside the full moon on May 23rd, your ruler Venus connect will connect with Jupiter in your sign. So bringing all sorts of luck and magic to your relationships, friendships, and personal goals.
Mm.
These alignments are extra special given that they put a cherry on top of the past year of having auspicious Jupiter in Taurus. But on
Wow.
May 24th, Jupiter is bidding your sign adieu and entering Gemini, at which point you'll find that making money moves is easier than ever. Abundance is yours for the taking.
I
All
mean,
right?
this really so
Yeah.
far, Aries and everybody's gonna work out. Everybody's gonna
But I
work out
told you
well.
it's
But
going to go
yeah,
through everybody's sign this year.
yes,
This-
yes.
yeah.
So let's jump to Gemini. Gemini, your monthly affirmation is every new experience makes me a more interesting person. Every new experience makes me a more interesting person. Well, May for you, Gemini, your Gemini horoscope for May 2024 brings some of the most major astrology of the year for you. So get ready for a personal revolution. The first half of the month is relatively quiet as the grounded and steady vibes of Taurus season invite you to slow down and prioritize rest before a busy birthday month ahead. The new moon on May 7th is a time to tap into your subconscious self and let your intuition shine. Your ruling planet Mercury finally leaves its post retrograde shadow period on May 13th, bringing an end to any lingering retrograde confusion. And then 2 days later, it enters your sleepy 12th house, helping you process all that's gone down over the past month. Okay. Energy shifts then in a big way come May 20th as the sun officially enters your sign and kicks off Gemini season. 3 days after that, May 23rd now, a dazzling full moon brings an opportunity to tap into relationships and align with partnerships that support your growth and make a big birthday wish this year because a major cosmic glow up is coming your way. Big birthday wish. Lucky planet Jupiter is entering your sign on May 25th for the first time since 2013, and it's bringing abundance, good fortune, and expansion to every move you make.
Yeah.
Larger than life magic is in the palm of your hand for the year ahead. So start thinking big. You can reach new heights if you put your mind to it.
All right. And
She,
yeah, that sounded so wonderful. All the
yes,
signs are doing so well this in May. Okay. Cancer, this is the last one for tonight, and the rest will bring up the next episode on next Friday. So your
yes.
monthly affirmation is I am creating the life I've always dreamed of. Wow, that sounds beautiful.
Mm,
I
yes.
am creating the life I've always dreamed of. Spring is summoning your inner social butterfly. So, your Cancer horoscope for May brings lots of fun and magic to that social life. Get out and have some fun. The new moon on May 7th can be an especially powerful time to connect with like minded peers and start manifesting a greater sense of community in your life. It's
Mm,
needed. You need the
mhm.
community as much as they need you. With the right team, you can bring your most grandiose visions to life. And mid month is a good time to put these plans onto paper. And the auspicious Jupiter Academy on May 18th could bring the visionary burst of inspiration and luck that you've been needing.
Mm.
Okay. And Gemini season begins on May 20th, at which point all the high powered excitement from the first few weeks of the month may begin to catch up with you. Make extra time to connect with yourself and spend some quality time alone with your thoughts.
Mhm.
That's needed with a lot of
Yes.
us. The full moon on May 23rd is a good time to take care of your responsibilities and get any lingering work stresses taken care of so that you can fully embrace some rejuvenating relaxation time. A
Mm.
couple of days after that, the lucky planet Jupiter ingresses into your quiet and restorative 12th house for the first time in more than 10 years, beginning an important cycle of expansion when it comes to your spirit and
Mm.
who you are, your subconscious, and forging a deeper connection with your higher self. So I want you
Mm.
to tune in because your intuition has a lot to share with you over that coming year. Okay?
That
So
is
don't forget
fabulous.
those things. All right. You guys are all
Awesome
doing
work.
so well. The first four signs, and we will come back next week with some of the others.
Yes.
Okay, it's
But next
tarot
time,
time.
yes.
All right, honey. So Rhonda,
Time
what
to
do you want us to pull the card for? What do you want us to pull the card for? Like
well,
shuffle
I mean,
that deck and think of it.
we're talking about abundance that this year really has
Yeah.
opportunity for all of the signs. So I
Yeah.
would ask that we just shuffle the cards, and we're not going to go deep in the reading. We're just going to pull one card to help us get an idea of where we should be focusing our energy so that we can embrace abundance. Where do I need to focus my energy so I can embrace abundance? And we'll just draw one card on that question. Where can I
Yeah.
focus my energy so I can embrace
Okay.
abundance? Did you pull your card already,
Yeah,
Star?
I did. I did. And
Oh, oh, oh,
it's
oh.
weird. This time it's not a pentacle because I have been pulling every week now some sort of a pentacle. And from the major arcana, this week it's not a pentacle, but it's still a wonderful card because it says a lot about what I have to do right now, and it's
Tell
important.
us.
Okay. So what is yours? I always like to
Oh,
have you go
I will go first. Where do I need to focus?
first.
It's my Queen of Wands. I mean, this is just, I
Yes,
look at this and I'm
yes,
like,
yes. That is awesome.
I have to embrace the fire within, tend to my
Yes.
inner flame, stoke my
Yeah, yeah.
passions.
And
I'm
your
embracing all of
creativity,
that.
right?
My creativity, my passion, my drive, what's inspiring me.
Yeah,
And
and
I need to,
perfect timing. Perfect timing.
yes, perfect timing. I'm loving this. I
Yep.
am loving this. I
And
will embrace that part of self.
I am following suit with yours because I have nine of wands. Look at that. Nine of wands. You
Here
talk
we
about
are with
some
the
good, I know.
fire.
The nine
Just
of
the
wands.
fire.
And
Yes.
she is raring to go. She's got all those ideas, the passions, the thoughts, everything, and all of it is pertaining to creativity and money and abundance and everything. And she's like, okay, I've got you guys at my back and one
Nice.
on my
Ah,
shoulder, and we're going. We're gonna do this. We're gonna step forward with everything in us and do this. So
blazing
I am like
path.
blazing a trail and a path ahead.
I
There you go.
mean,
I love
so
it. Yes, I love it. So we
it's
are do that for
yet
yourself,
again.
and we're gonna do that for each one. Don't forget, you're gonna be pulling that
Yes.
one for yourselves, okay? So not
Yes.
just us, we want you guys to do it as well for yourself and see what it comes up for you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
And yes.
always look at the card and what's there. Don't look at what the meanings are on the decks.
Yes. You
Forget
have
about
to
that.
be
Let it
able to
speak to you.
trust.
Use your intuition. Trust your
Yes.
intuition. All right.
What you
Okay.
see, sense, and know about the card. Let that be your driver first. And if you need to
Wonderful.
look at a book later, do that. But just trust what the message is that's coming to you first.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So,
So don't go
thank you
ahead.
all for joining us. Thank
Yeah.
you all for joining us this week. Thank you,
Giving you
Marissa, for
Marissa
joining
Moeller for
us.
being with us. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and don't forget
And
she can be reached at yourecreate.com and on all the socials,
okay.
Dr. Marissa
And
Mueller, Moeller.
right.
Excellent.
And join us again next week, May 3rd at 10 p.m. I forgot to put the guest who we have coming up. So we will do
That's
that.
all
We
right.
will let you
We'll
guys
be
know
here.
during the week. And
That's
again,
right.
thank you, Marissa Moeller, for joining us tonight. And don't forget to
Like, subscribe, and share.
and join us on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere. Thank you all.
Yes.
And again, so much. And all of you in the chat, as per se, as usual, thank you all. See you next
Thank you
week.
for joining us. We'll see you next week, everyone.